All right, so our test is going to be on real world problems with whole numbers and decimal numbers. We should be able to add and subtract into the thousands. We should use models, drawings, or strategies based on place value. That's what we're going to go over. Use estimation to help. Okay, so Jethro ran 9/10 of a mile. Marilena ran 5/10 less. How many miles did Marilena? Explain your reason using models or pictures. If she ran this much less, I know she's going to be doing 9/10 minus 5/10. Okay? I'm going to try to use a different variety of number lines. Okay? So I could look at, let me restate that. I'm going to use a different strategy for different problems to give us practice. If you didn't do this strategy, that's okay. You should have some work. I know the difference between 5 and 9/10 is 4/10. My guess is lots of you did this. Just what I'm guessing. Right? Right? 4/10. So if instead you did it this way, I shaded in 9/10, shaded in 9/10, and I had to take away 5/10. 1, take away 2, take away 3, 4, 5. This is what I'm left with. 4/10. I so would have gotten a 4 on this one because I just did that 3 ways. I know it well enough. I could teach somebody. I wanted to make a project that uses glitter. The first bottle has this many ounces. Second bottle has this many ounces. And the third bottle has 5 and 26/100 ounces. Right? 3 bottles with different ounces. I need 11. Okay? I need 11. This is how much I need. How many ounces do I have in all? Okay, I am going to choose to make myself a place value chart, line all my numbers up. I'm going to put my decimal in the middle, right? This is my ones, my tenths, because I'm going to show my teacher that I understand place value. This is tenths, hundredths, right? 3 is in the ones place. Decimal. 6 is in the tenths, 5 is in the hundredths, 1 is in the ones because I put my decimals all lined up. 7 is in the tenths, 5 is in the ones, decimal lined up. 2 is in the tenths, 6 is in the hundredths. Right? So I'm going to add them all up. I'm going to get in the habit of doing zeros because I know when I subtract and I don't do zeros, sometimes I make mistakes. 5 plus 6 is 11. 6, 7, 7 plus 7 is 14, 15, 16. 3, 4, 5 plus 5 is 10. That's too big to fit here. So I have 10 and 61/100 ounces. Do I have enough? I need 11. I have. Do I have enough? No. If not, how much more? It's looking for me to do a subtraction problem. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to draw myself a place value chart. Remember my ones, my tenths, tenths, hundredths. So do I have enough? I'm going to put my amount I need at the top because my answer is no. And I'm going to subtract the amount I need. Okay, let's see. My teacher's going to see if I can borrow across all these zeros. No, 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 0. This becomes a 10. Cross it off. This becomes a 9. And then I borrow, and this becomes a 10. 10 minus 1 is 9. 9 minus 6 is 3. My decimal, 0. Minus 0 is 0. 1 minus 0 is 0. Okay, how much more do I need? 39 cents. Not 39 cents because it's not money. I need Okay. So 11 is more than 10 and 61/100ths. So I had to add zeros. I had to add zeros to the tenths and hundredths place. I had to add zeros to the tenths and the hundredths place, and then borrow from the ones. Okay, so is your answer reasonable using estimates? So if I were to estimate, let's talk about what I would have done. This I probably would have gone to $4 because I think 65 makes it closer to 4 than to 3. I'm sorry, I'm saying dollars. That's not what I mean. I mean ounces. 1 7/10. I'm going to make that go to 2. 5 26/100. I'm going to make that go down to 5. I like these I went up, but this one I went down. So how do you know? Is your answer reasonable? Yes. So I would say I had close to 11 ounces, but my real answer would be a little less. This also makes sense because my estimates were close. Because my estimates were close. So that makes sense that I only needed less than 1, only 39/100ths more, because my estimates were close. So my estimate was 11, was really close to my real answer, so I think I probably did a pretty good job. All right, let's look. Here are our grocery prices. We got oranges, apples, and grapes. Determine how much it would cost to buy 3 pounds of grapes. 3 pounds of grapes. I'm going to draw myself a place value chart. I'm going to do it up here where I have space. Okay, it says 3 grapes. So I need 2 57/100ths, 2 57/100ths, 2 57/100ths, right? 1 pound of apples, 1 apple. Explain your reasoning and words. How do you know if your answer is reasonable? Using estimates. All right, 7, 14, 21, 29. How did I get there? I knew my 2 7 facts. 5, 10, 15, 16, 17. 17 plus 6 is 23. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Shows you how much it would cost. $9.39. So if I wanted to see if that was reasonable, this is close to 3. I'm going to round up to 3. 3. Okay, I rounded up an awful lot. I rounded up for every single one, so I know with this estimate it's going to be much larger. I'm going to do this. I'm going to actually put $2.57. This is kind of close to like 2.5. 2.5 and 2.5 is 5. And then I'm going to go to 3, and I'm going to go to 2. 8, 9, 10. So I think my good estimate should be 10. Let's see what happens if I just simply go up for every single one. 3, 6, 9, 11. So I got this estimate to 11, this one to be 10. So my estimate is close to my actual answer. So I used a place value chart. I used a place value chart to put the numbers in the correct place value. Okay. All right, Chase had $5 and bought 2 pounds of oranges. Okay, 2 pounds of oranges. Oranges are $1.79. $1.79, $1.79. Right, so I'm gonna add them up. 9 and 9 is 8. 14, 15. Okay, so I have to make change. $5. Draw myself a place value chart, right? $5 minus $3.58. Remember, if I have $5, adding this. All right. Can't do 0 minus 8. So I have to come over to the 4. This becomes a 10. Cross it off, it becomes a 9. And this one becomes a 10. 10 minus 8 is 2. 9 minus 5 is 4. 4 minus 3 is 1. So here's my models that I'm going to use. I'm using a place value chart. Okay, so there's 3 cups of water. 3 cups. The first one has 8 7/10 milliliters inside of it. Second cup has 3 200 milliliters inside of it. And the third has 12 149 thousandths milliliters. How many milliliters are in all 3? I'm going to draw myself a place value chart. Right? Tens, ones, tenths, hundredths, thousandths. Tens, ones, tenths, hundredths, thousandths. So I'm going to make all 3 decimals because I know my decimals have to be lined up. Here's 8 ones. Here's 7 tenths. 3 ones, 0 tenths, 2 hundredths. 1 10, 2 ones, 1 tenth, 4 hundredths, 9 thousandths. Right? Or in all 3, so I know I'm adding. Okay, so let's do it. 9, 4 and 2 is 6. Oh, I'm going to fill some zeros in so I don't make any mistakes. Okay, 7 and 1 is 8. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Right? So how many milliliters? 23 and 869 milliliters. Okay, I used a place value chart. I made sure that all my decimals were lined up. I filled in with zeros and I put everything into the right place values. Teacher estimated there were 20 milligrams of water in the cups altogether. Is it reasonable? Let's see. Is it reasonable? Let's see if she did a good job. You know what? Just 2 of the cups is 20 milliliters. Just the 8 and the 12 together equals 20. So I kind of think my pencil's getting really dull and it's hard for me to write. I'm switching to pen, not because there's anything fancy going on, but because my pencil is really dull and it's hard for me to write. So I don't think it is reasonable. I don't think it is because 8 and 12 is already 20. And she didn't, I'm going to say she because I'm a teacher and I'm a girl, but it could very well be he. The teacher could have been a guy, right? And she didn't even add the 3 wholes and 20 thousandths. So no, I don't think it is, because they didn't even consider this number. I think it should have been at least 20, 23, possibly 24. So I think the estimate should have been 23 or 24 milligrams. Okay, just by adding the wholes. All right, we need to know a strategy, whether it's this one, whether it's number lines, whether it's based on drawings, but we need to show a strategy. Your strategy could be lining them up in a place value chart, making sure that we use good place value and understanding of grouping tenths together, hundredths together, and thousandths together. Please ask questions.